to Abraham the following. And Abraham believed the Lord. This is what's recorded for us. And he, God, credited it to him as righteousness. And Abraham believed the Lord. I have no children, and I'm going to have descendants as plentiful and as many as the stars in the heavens. Okay, I trust you. And in that moment, in that expression, that this is amazing, in that solitary, single expression of faith, God reckoned, was the word I grew up with, or credited to Abraham a righteous standing with God. In a single moment, in a single expression of faith, God said to Abraham, I am giving you the gift of a right standing with me. That little incident in Egypt with your wife, that was just embarrassing. I'm not holding that against you. That whole thing to come about your wife serving, and we're not even gonna go there. Abraham, I accept you because you believed and trusted in me. Wow. Another way of saying it is this: that trust in God resulted in a right standing with God. That trust in God resulted in a right standing with God. This is the first implication that a human being can have a right standing with God. And how did it happen? Faith. Trust. And here's the interesting thing, and I'm not trying to be critical, I'm just trying to take us all on a journey together. Years would go by and the Jews would come along and they would miss this. They would say, no. The way you have a right standing with God is by being Jewish. We are God's chosen people. We are God's called people. In fact, by the time Jesus showed up, a couple thousand years later, the Jews said to Jesus, hey, we don't need you. We are Abraham's sons. We are Abraham's daughters. It's enough. It's enough to be the child of Abraham. And all of you Gentiles, if you want to be right with God, all you have to do is become Jewish, and we'll let you kind of be grafted in, and then you can be Abraham's sons and Abraham's daughters. It's all about who you're related to. And then years you would come by, 620 something AD, 600 something years after Jesus, the prophet Muhammad would come along and say, no, the way that you have a right standing with God is that you must believe in the one true God, and you must believe in his prophets, and you must do works and acts of righteousness. And at the end of your life, your good works will be measured against your bad, and Allah will determine if you have a righteous standing. And Allah will determine. God wills it. You won't know till the end. It's what you believe.